Jason, I get so fired up. That new podcast intro had me feeling like that hockey game last night. Right?
Yeah, it was pretty good, right? LFG.
I already knew when we were chatting and you said, "Oh, I got a game tonight," and I was like, "I'm thinking about coming on out," and you're like, "Yeah." I was like, I was feeling a little mischievous.
Well, it was a good game to come to because that was the number one team in the league, not us. We're actually the worst team in the league, but those guys are a little chippy.
It was an experience. Talking about an experience. So, hey, viewers, we're actually live, and today I'm sitting down with Jason Plett. He's one of the owners of the FlexKeeper. For their viewers that don't know Jason or his business, we'll give him an opportunity to talk about that here in a minute. But he is into basically bookkeeping, accounting, and tax preparation in layman's terms from just a gutter guy here. Jason, this is your third year sponsoring the reception, you and Jody, your wife. We're really grateful for that. And we're going to see you guys again at the summit this year. So that's kind of what we're chatting about today. Thanks for being with me.
Yeah, thanks, Grant. I appreciate it. Thanks for the intro. We're super excited to come back to the summit again this year. And we love sponsoring that Wednesday night cocktail reception. It gives us a good chance to hang out with everyone and definitely get to know some of the gutter owners on a personal level, and also connect with some of our gutter clients that are going to be there and that have retained our services from the last summit or over the last year from you and Tim's recommendations. So it's going to be a good time. The surprise this year is that we're bringing another FlexKeeper asset with us.
Ooh.
and that's Josh, who
nice.
we've affectionately referred to him as the gutter governor.
Okay.
So I'm going to definitely make sure he watches this podcast, and we're going to give some kudos to Josh. We actually hired Josh specifically to handle our gutter clients that you guys have fed to us.
Okay.
And he's got a good rapport with a bunch of members that you guys are part of the group, and we're excited to bring him along and have him meet people in person.
Josh has been excellent. I was just on the phone with 𝗵𝗽𝗃𝗃. We had a growing moment this morning. We cross-use Corey in our business, as you know, because you do everything for both businesses. And, some insurance stuff came up today, and we got audited, and we were just needing to provide all this stuff. But long story short, I was on the phone with Corey, and he's like, "Oh, man, I can't chat with you, man. I'm on the phone with Josh. I'll have to call you back." And I know that means business is getting done. Listen, you guys take care of my holdings company. You guys take care of the Gutter Summit. You guys take care of gutter growth. I think you do. Oh, you definitely do Mother's Gutters, North and South. And you might be into some of the other companies that we have. I don't really know, but we trust you in our household fully with all of our financials, bookkeeping, tax preparation. And you're also a friend. You're one of our neighbors. But what I've been really enjoying about our relationship is it's gotten personal, which I'm okay with that. I like that. But you've really have seeked out knowledge. You guys already had a good idea of construction. You have clients that are in construction. The seamless gutter business is absolutely construction. But you guys asked a lot of questions, you and Jody, of me and Lisa, and of your clients. Is there anything specific that you saw or learned or knew or that we should be aware of? And you took that information and you came right back to us, and really just all I hear is you guys have raving fans from everybody. I know you deal with some of our gutter growth clients, and then you deal with some people that are out of there because we refer you regardless. It's not exclusive to gutter growth. I just really enjoy when you refer somebody and they do great work. So thank you for that.
Yeah, thank you, Grant. And it's been definitely a good learning experience for us as a company. We didn't really have a huge kind of niche of home service, and we're calling, we're kind of giving Josh all the home service things. So it doesn't necessarily stop at gutters. We have other small businesses that we consider home service that we put in Josh's wheelhouse. But it's certainly given us a good cluster of clients, and being able to rely on you for your expertise in the field, and also figure out like what does a gutter governor need to relay to his gutter owners that is going to make the most impact. And we have taken your advice and done that.
Yeah.
So that has been awesome, and we've really appreciated our relationship. And then, as you mentioned, we've actually taken a lot of some of the stuff that you've given us as, KPIs and margins, stuff like that, and extended it to other home service type businesses. So it's really helped not only, deal with the clients that are coming out of, your referrals, but also clients that are coming through other referral sources that are in this home service industry. Because, at the end of the day, numbers are numbers, and we're all looking for the same thing.
Yeah, 100%. I want to acknowledge some of the people here. Timmy jumped right on. What's up, Tim? And you guys, don't forget, we're giving away one free general admission ticket. If you comment the word grow, Tim will pick that. They'll do their wheel or whatever, and we'll let you know tomorrow, I believe, who wins. David Leffler, he says grow, but he wants a platinum ticket. I think you've already won like 2 tickets or 3 tickets. Maybe you can do the bundle or something. I'll tell you what, get with Tim about any questions or complaints or concerns with the free tickets. No, for real. David, good to hear from you. Lisa out here supporting us. Hey, Lisa. And Mr. Niles with the Grow. Good to see you on with us. So let me kind of formally introduce you. This is Jason. He's the owner of the FlexKeeper, the FlexKeeper. I said the 𝗵𝗽𝗃𝗃. That's what Jody is, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay,
she's
and
the
we're
boss,
gonna,
right?
I'm gonna do another one, and we're gonna get Jody on before the summit. For you guys that know Jason and Jody, they are our personal bookkeeping accountants and tax preparers. Their services are here for you, but they don't just take any client. They are, in fact, not here to ask you for your services. They have a great book of business already. They are thinking about continuing to grow a little bit more into the industry as they see the need. But as I know from being friends with them, they're not just going to be your tax preparer that you can call up and say, man, just do all this wild stuff for me. I need a return. What I know about them, in fact, is that they do proper business the right way. If you're thinking about putting yourself in a position to sell your business sooner than later, or eventually, or the way everything's starting to happen, everybody's eyeballing private equity sales and just all this stuff, your books have better be in order. And, Jason, they can't be in order for the last 15 months, right? As they call you and want you basically for free to clean up years of messes. What does that look like? Let's say you're building to sell. Let's talk about mother's gutters. Let's say I was building to sell and I said, Jason, I would really love to probably sell within the next 5 to 10 years. I'm going to get a little more out of this for my family, and then I want to leave. But is it okay if we just make sure, I'll let you know, I'll give you a 1-year notice to get the book straight?
Yeah, Grant, that's a great lead in. But before I answer your question, I also want to pile on to your free gutter growth or gutter summit tickets.
Yes.
If there's any of our existing clients out there, hit me up on my email, first come, first serve. And Grant has allowed us to sponsor a couple of you guys. So I just want to put that out there before I jump into the answer to your question, Grant.
Hey guys,
so I appreciate
Gutter
that.
Summit 2026. Come on out. Jason's buying drinks. If you're general admission or VIP at the reception, Jason's got a couple drinks for you. He has every year. If you're out in the VIP, there's plenty more drinks too. So.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks, Grant. Now let's deal with M&A, okay? M&A
Yes.
is a big hot button topic, and it's something that I have a extensive experience with. I have bought and sold numerous companies over the last 5 to 7 years, both in a corporate environment and also advising my small business clients as to M&A deals. So the rule of thumb is definitely 3 years. So you can't just decide, I want to flip my business and go look for a seller. That's not going to work. Generally, you're going to want to have 3 nice, clean years of operations, and you're going to want to have a very healthy bottom line. I know this kind of smacks against my my tax practice side of my brain, but really, to maximize the amount of money that you might get for your business, you're going to want to maximize your NOI, which is your bottom line revenue, and that's really the driver of what you can get for your business. So if you're, running a bunch of quasi business expenses through your business, you're really costing yourself money in the long run, especially if you're looking to sell the business or flip the business in a couple of years. I'm not saying that you shouldn't have a section of your profit and loss that has these what I call owner discretionary expenses, but it's super helpful if you pull those out, right away and actually have a separate category for those. Yes, they're still tax deductible. They're still, we'll still use those to reduce your tax liability. But you really want to have them clearly defined, so anybody that comes in and looks at the business is only looking at the pure operations of your business, and not not dinner with your wife or your business partner, or maybe your personal car payment or something like that.
Okay. Let's see here. We got more people out here shouting out grow. You guys, Gutter Summit is giving out 1 free general admission ticket today, and I believe on every single live. So you have probably another 6 or 7 chances to win as we interview different vendors. So comment grow for a chance to win a free general admission ticket. You also heard Jason say they're going to sponsor the FlexKeeper. So for his clients, there's a bunch of you guys that use Jason and Jody. Reach out to them in their email and say, man, sponsor me an extra ticket or something. Definitely come see us. So I want to back up a little bit, a little fun. Last night, you play hockey. And how long have you been playing hockey over here in this league, in particular, this league?
Well, this particular league, I've only been playing about 4 seasons. Okay. So this is a men's C league. So it's really meant for us older guys. Right. Although, as you saw last night, there's a couple of young bucks that still creep in there and play like the NHL has a scout in the stands. Unfortunately, it's only you scouting from the stands.
I'm your biggest fan out there, bro. And last night, for the audience, Jason, you know me. We hang out a bunch. We've been in public. You've been to. I mean, I'm big on hugs and appreciation and just love. I wanted to fight last night. I was ready to fight for you, bro. I was like, if they touch my boy, if they do that funny business I can see happening, I was, thinking about jumping over, and, not that you need my protection. We probably both have several ailments. We'd be both knocked out on the edge. I was ready, bro. And Jody knew it. I was like, but that's how I roll. I'm loyal, when the time comes. The time comes. That's what I love about hockey. Is that what you love? I mean, Is there something I didn't ever play hockey like you, but I grew up in Michigan. I'm a really good skater. Doesn't make me a great hockey player, but I'm great on the ice. As a young adult, into my adult, I have not been out like hitting. Do you get a little out there like, I kind of wish you would, or do you just know your place? Like, I don't need no problems.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. I've sparked a few on ice confrontations actually in the last couple of seasons. I'm one of those cagey old vets that doesn't take too kindly to these kids trying to stick drag around me or do fancy toe dragging and stuff. So I'll give them a little stick tap to remind them that I'm still there. So I've definitely sparked some things on the ice. But for the most part, the thing that I love the most about hockey is really just the community, right?
Yeah.
So let me bring that back to gutter growth. That's what you guys are building. You're building a community. I love my hockey community. I love my hockey bros that I hang out with, every week that I go play. And it's really about relationships, right? Hockey is a small community. I have relationships with guys, even a couple of the guys that I played against last night. I played with them on their teams before. So it's really, it's fun exercise, but it's definitely a sense of community. And we as a company, that's what we build our company on too.
Right.
We want the relationship. We want the community. And, we want you guys to have us as your goaltender, I guess, if we can make the analogy, like we're going to try and keep the puck out of the net and you guys having great revenue. And we want that relationship with you and your clients and building that community. So, I think that's a really good analogy for what we're trying to build, what you guys are trying to build, and just, sports in general when you get out there in a league.
Jason, you have something behind you flashing all over the place, and I'll take full accountability. We're neighbors. I know your house well. Thank you very much. Actually, just a couple weeks ago, you were somewhere and you let me and the kids, my wife, and I think Corey come over and use your pool and just hang out. So we really do have a really strong relationship, but I know why this thing's flashing and what it's all about. And anybody who's been to the summit, you get really cool swag. You guys have seen the shirts, the FlexKeepers. They put a lot of, I think 2 years, cooling towels. Like the swag bags are extremely awesome. Comment grow if you want to come in and get a swag bag for free. But tell us about the octopus. What's going on?
Yeah. So about 6 years ago, my wife did a full rebrand of our of the company. We were really an executive admin company with a little touch of accounting and a little touch of tax. And we really wanted to lean into our work, but also lean into the brand. Mm-hmm. So we actually have a client that used to work in the creative department for ESPN.
Okay.
And due to COVID, she needed some work, and she offered to do a rebrand for us for a reasonable price. I know I've seen John 𝗵𝗽𝗃𝗃 doing some rebranding now with Mr. Pipeline. Same concept.
Okay.
I fully encourage that. But our client did this rebrand, and basically they came up with the octopus logo. Multiple arms. We have, we're doing a lot of multiple things. I'm researching retirement plans. Today, I also did a 401k valuation today for one of my clients.
Okay.
So we're not just doing, basic tax services and accounting. We're really diving into some more, financial analysis for our clients. So, many arms of the octopus. The octopus bleeds blue blood. Now, blue is the color of trust. And, you know, just like you trust us with everything financial related, you know, we have a lot of clients that are trusting us with their social security numbers, with their financial information. And that is represented in the octopus. And then finally, the octopus, you know, there's a lot of Netflix specials out there on the octopus. There's a movie that Sally Field just starred in about an octopus. They're the most compassionate and caring creatures in the sea. They have 9 brains, a main brain, and each leg has a brain. And they're very, very smart, intelligent, and compassionate. And we as a business, those are, you know, core values, pillars of our business. We want to be your partner. We want to help you grow your business. We want to be a trusted advisor. And we care about you guys making money. I mean, that's really what we want for all our clients. You guys make more money. We make more money. We are better as a company. And if we help you out, you know, you're referring us to people. So, you know, that's all of this symbolism is in the octopus, very well thought out. And we really love our brand, lean into it. You know, you've been to our house many, many times. We have octopuses, and it is octopuses, by the way, not octopi. Octopuses.
Yeah.
And we have them everywhere around here because fact of the matter is our friends see octopuses out there in a thrift store or someplace, and they see an octopus, they buy it and bring it over. Like, we thought of you guys. And you know what that means? That means that the brand is working because people see the octopus, they think about us. And that speaks volumes more than anything. I would venture to guess.
100%. That's really important. The branding is awesome. I want to show you guys that haven't seen before. This was last year's. Each year's Gutter Summit swag is getting a little bit cooler. Let's see what I got on the back here. Yeah. So you guys can see that there. But also, speaking of brands, you know, I don't support everybody, but I support a lot of people. Shout out to Chester over at Utterly Gutters. He gave me 2 hats. I gave one to Lisa. They were 2 different types of hat. Besides, I think a hat Tommy Anthony gave me, another one of my mother's. I got like 4 or 5 favorite hats, plus all my golfing hats. This hat has been phenomenal. So thank you, Chester. You know, the kind that when you sweat, it doesn't show, like an actual quality hat. And just to the point, like having a business that is there for you and supports you and also has boundaries. I'll tell you what, Jason, has impressed me the most about you professionally, including your wife. And people try to be this way, or they might boast it in the pool, but you guys really are. When you say we're not looking for new clients, you're not saying it like we couldn't stand to be a stronger business with our portfolio. You say that you're not desperate because you essentially have it figured out and you have no problem taking better care of the clients that you already have, maybe offering a new service, working with the client like you had been showing me some information where we were talking about the client in Texas, right, with the cleanup. But outside of that, what's been really impressive is that you don't take on too much because you have a lot going on already. I've now saw into the 3rd tax season with you, what that does look like, and you're not outsourcing it all to 1 million people overseas. I want to be really clear, and you can correct me if I'm wrong. And if you do, that's fine. I mean, we have VAs and, you know, we have a VA company, but I think there's sometimes when you want to know the person you hired, the person you met at the event. So you come out and see Jason Plett and Jody at the Gutter Summit. They're the ones that are going to be preparing your taxes. And you have a small team. That's who you trust, right? I mean, that's why you do it that way?
Yeah, absolutely, Grant. We do have an outsourced team in India. Okay. We definitely are using outsourcing, but they're really doing just data entry work. We don't trust them We don't trust them with any relationship building activities. And our tax department is completely here in the US. The tax department is me. We just hired another CPA.
That's what I was talking about as
yeah.
far as the outsource, because I was talking about the taxes. Yeah.
Yeah. So we actually
the information that's private.
Yeah, for sure. And we don't, IRS regulations stipulate that we have to, if we do outsource tax work, that we have to notify people. We're not going to do that. We don't plan on doing it. We hired another CPA who has 20 years of experience. We just hired him this week. He's coming on for next tax season.
Okay.
And we also hired a kid out of FSU, just graduated from FSU with his accounting degree, and he is interested in doing taxes. So he is going to be our tax admin and support me and the other CPA this coming tax season. And we also have a current FAU student who is graduating during tax season next year, who is also coming on as a support for us two CPAs. So our tax department is here in the US, and you're going to get me. You're going to talk to me. I'm going to give you the strategy. I'm selling tax return and tax strategy packages now. Again, this isn't a sales call per se, but we actually developed that package out of our relationship with our gutter clients, because some of them are small and they're like, well, we're still doing our own accounting, but we would really like to have a professional review the accounting that we're doing, and then give us some tax advice. And then eventually, as they grow, they're going to segue their business to have us do their accounting, because they're going to be too busy, too much revenue to handle that side of the things. And that's perfect. So I put together a package for those entry level type or, kind of startup gutter clients. And that's been really popular. And we have definitely funneled that. I can think of 3 clients that we just in the last probably month that we segued into us doing their books because they were grew to be too big to worry about or want to do that anymore. So we're there for the life of your entity, from formation to sale or retirement or anything in between.
I was having a couple huge smiles because I just keep going back to last night, and I'll tell you, Jody will understand this, so make her watch this part. So you first said you had hired a guy from FAU, right? And my first thought, and then you said it again, and another one, right? There's 2, and I was thinking, oh, was that number 7 and number 14 from that game last night, where we don't know their last names, we don't know who they were, they weren't on the roster, but those guys were really good. You get with them at the bar afterwards and hire them both.
No, maybe we should have, but I actually asked Jody if she saw the FAU owl on their helmet, because I'm not gonna lie, some of those guys do play in our men's league. I'm not sure why they want to beat up on 50-year-old guys like me, but I guess maybe there's some piece of them that that makes them feel like they're really good.
Yeah. Switching tunes. So, question for you about the event. So, let's talk just briefly about your experience at the event. The first year you sponsored, you were very in and out. You had another obligation. Last year you were there. You really got to experience and see. And then being friends, you understand all the time that me and my team of partners and our VAs put into this event. 2-part question. So what did you think overall about the event? What are you expecting this year?
Yeah, absolutely, Grant. The first year, if you remember, the summit was actually, I think, October 10th-ish, which really like butted right up against that October 15th final deadline. So we really had to just come in, buy some drinks and fly out. That was, we didn't get the full, summit experience that we really wanted to because of the timing and the dates that you had it. Last year, you had moved the summit to a perfect time for us, right? So September 15th is your final filing deadline for S Corps and LLCs. So really the bulk of my company work is wrapped up by the 15th of September. Okay. So the 22nd there is just perfect. It's almost like a little tax holiday for me before I, attack that last little bit of individual returns that are due a month later. Mm-hmm. And so we were able to fully participate last year, and we had just an amazing time. I'm so grateful to have been able to speak at the event, to share kind of some financial knowledge, just hang out with the guys for the full week, to man a booth and to talk to all the attendees and just hear their experiences and hear their pain points. Mm-hmm. It was so rewarding. And made me super excited for this year. I know you guys started a little earlier this year, and Jody was right on it. Like, hey, let's get that booth, let's get that sponsorship going right away, and let's get Josh involved, because we knew that bringing him was going to really supercharge our offerings to the attendees, and we're super excited about this year. We're going to, I've only been to New Orleans one time, so excited to go back to New Orleans. We're actually staying, we're staying around for the weekend after. We're going to go to the Saints game on Sunday. Nice. By the way, if you're wondering who it is, it's the Raiders.
Is it?
Yep. So you might see Mendoza. Ooh, I don't know if he'll be playing in week 2, but they're visiting the Saints, so we're excited to do that as part of our itinerary. But we're just gonna soak up the the vibes, the good times in New Orleans, and we are more than excited and looking forward to it. Almost not only as a potential, growth of our company, but also, like I said, like a mini tax retreat getaway.
Okay, second part of the question, and I'm genuinely curious as the owner of this thing. Me and Tim and John, where our weekly, daily conversations are like value. This isn't the type of business where you're staring at the return on investment, because this isn't a profitable business. This is a building business. You got to have huge to do this. You can easily lose money. It's been a loss, but the win has been the relationships we've built. Man, the relationships we've built. So we have a lot of fun with it. But we're like, we have to level up the value every year. Now, you've been a somewhat corporate guy in your life, and now a business owner. You've been to some conventions. You've already been to a couple of events this year. I don't know, did you get a chance to sit into any of the speakers? I know you're kind of there acting as a vendor, and then you were also a speaker last year. Were you able to sit in on anything else? Was there anything that really stuck out, or not really? And do you have an intention of that this year?
No, I sat in on a handful of presentations, and I always like the guys that come in and kind of have that relational approach.
Yeah.
Because I can't say it enough. In today's world, and I'm going to use, we haven't really talked about it. But I'm going to use the dreaded AI. AI is taking over the world. AI is ever present in our business. We certainly use it to be more productive, to be better accountants, to be better tax managers.
Mm-hmm.
But, AI isn't going to come up and give you a hug.
Right.
AI isn't going to stand beside you when you're in need, or you need somebody, or you have a problem that just feels too big to solve, and you just need someone to talk to and give you some coaching, give you some sound advice, and give you a hug.
Right.
And really, I really enjoyed that with the summit. The speaker lineup of guys that were coming in and just giving some practical, no nonsense hints, but also sharing their struggles, sharing their stories, sharing how they came to be as a speaker, and what they brought to the table. And that to me, that's the core. Listen, you can you can Google all you want, you can AI all you want, everything, but at the end of the day, nothing beats experience, or talking to somebody that has gone through what you may be encountering. And again, I said this already once, but community. It's the community aspect. I mean, going to the speakers is great, going to the workshops is great, but at the end of the day, sitting down with 249 other gutter owners, peers in your industry, some with bigger companies than you, some with some guys that are just starting out. I mean, that I don't think you can replicate. That's invaluable. That's invaluable stuff, and that's what ultimately what should sell people on coming to the summit.
100%. Okay, thank you for that. Couple things. We got a few more minutes here. Comment grow to win a free general admission ticket. I just want to acknowledge some of the people on here real fast. We left off Jake. Thanks for being with us. Dave Beecher, what's up? Mrs. Childers, it's always a pleasure. Jacob, good to see you. Good to see you. I like never thought in my wildest dreams 10 years ago, 15, 20, 25 years ago, 30 years ago this year, at 16 when I started doing gutters, that we were going to be here today, that the industry was going to evolve. I didn't think we would stop using nails. When I started, people weren't just driving around with machines. It was more of a chop and drop. In Michigan, we used a place called Siding World. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So I never thought I'd be in this position to know so many people in the industry. Like, I'm really inspired by it. I've absolutely been educated all around the nation, working at different companies from the East Coast to the West, being from Michigan in the snow and spending so much time in Texas and Florida doing gutters and all these regions, and then meeting everyone in between. Online over the past decade has been outstanding, but then meeting them in real life and building some very strong relationships, not just with other gutter people, with their entire families, sometimes their fathers, their mothers, their grandfathers. Like, that's the absolute best part for me. You're not too late, John. Comment grow. Let's go. He's hopping in. So, I think had it have not been for this journey of gutter growth, Gutter Summit, I would not even have met you. And now I have someone that will be in my life for a very long time doing my finances. Like, why would I ever want to switch? And not only my partners, but I'm sure there's other ventures in life. We're getting started. We're going to build a lot together. John, you're never too late. Comment grow. So that's been extremely exciting. And I'll leave you listeners and viewers with this. And it takes humility. And I've been getting that over the years. I've been in some big roles. It takes a team, but the best growth happens when you're teaching others. And that's really why I've really thrived and loved being a general manager, Jason, and a director of operations and a team lead, for the last 15 years at Gutter Businesses, because as the owner, you're supposed to be working on the business, not in it. You don't really get to deal directly with people. You didn't get to massage them into, proper gutter installation and training. You hire someone else to do that. And I stayed in that role for so many years because I really enjoy teaching, because I really, really enjoy when I teach someone like James, who used to work for me, who now works for others, 8 years later, is now teaching 𝗵𝗽'𝗀, who's only 18. That's the best. It took me a decade to see all the work I did 10 years ago, but I knew it. I had a good head. I already knew that the people I was teaching. And I want you guys to understand, you can come to the summit, not for this solely, but you'll find someone, you'll connect with them, and you will start to mentor them.
Mm-hmm.
And you will grow through that mentorship. You will grow through that friendship. You'll grow through that spider web of referral work. Our gutter growth members, Jason, they get a call in Minnesota and it's somehow for a Florida home, and then they pass it, and New York, and it's just really, really cool. We're glad to have you and Jody as a part of the Gutter Summit, Gutter Growth, Mother's Gutters, Hubbard family. I really appreciate you being on with me. We'll go 3 more minutes here. Comment, grow, and I will tell you this, Jason. If you're interested in getting to know him, I would definitely, how do they reach out to you? Jason at the FlexKeeper, is that the best one? Or
yeah, so email me, Jason at the FlexKeeper. Definitely that's the best way to get a hold of me. They can, I know a lot of guys hit you up on Facebook Messenger or text and ask you.
Don't do it. I'm creating new boundaries. The boundaries.
Oh, you are? Okay.
I put my phone number, my email, and I'm available forever for everyone, and I still am, but now within parameters. People, hit me up.
Well, listen, I'm the same way. Everybody gets my personal cell phone.
Yeah.
I get, hundreds of texts during tax season. I try and answer all of them. Some of them I refer to my email.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll get, hit me up on email or, bother Grant. Just don't do it during, normal business hours.
Don't do it during the World Cup, the Super Bowl, the playoffs, when I'm playing golf. So like after you have your breakfast and then before you have your dinner. So that's like 9 to 5.
Yeah, exactly. And he'll be happy to pass my personal cell on. Again, I'm going to, you may get my personal number from Grant, and I'm fine with that. But I may say, hey, shoot me an email, and I'll text you my email. And that way I can loop in my assistant, Kim, who does all my scheduling. She'll want to collect a few documents from you so I can have an intelligent conversation with you about your finances. And that's really the best way to do it.
I'll help you out, Jason. And all you gutter men and women out here running businesses, it's not too late. I'll admit, it's Mother's Gutters. We started with the penny, Jason. It's been hard since day one to pay you to be a bookkeeper for a business that didn't even have any business. We could have kept that money each month and maybe invested it somewhere. We didn't. We wanted to open and sacrifice right away so that our book of business was clean from the day we opened. That's not how it always is. But please, you guys, you have to understand that this is not a moment with Jason right now for you to email him that you haven't done taxes for 13 years. Yes, he will help pull you out of the hole, but that is not what his service is. Hey, please fix everything. He would like to help you get current. So just understand that that's going to be a separate conversation. And I hear that from a lot of people that do bookkeeping, accounting, tax preparation. Man, the guy hadn't done his taxes in 7 years. So Jason's not saying don't call me. He's saying understand that your fee for the year, and then you say 9 more years, and you've got to dig and claw and tooth and nail to find and help you. Let him help you, but have some understanding of business.
Yeah, and Grant, I mean, I tell you this all the time, and that is, and I try and put it in really, really layman's terms. Like if you have a water problem on your roof, your gutters are leaking, that doesn't get any cheaper to fix the longer you ignore it, right?
Yes. And it just gets more expensive.
And it's the same with accounting work. I know that, you know, I've talked to a bunch of gutter guys that haven't done taxes in a bunch of years. And, you know, it's expensive. It's expensive when you ignore your financial obligations. And again, we try and as a company work with our gutter owners and try and, you know, work with them to make it as least intrusive as possible.
I was going to say, don't say seamless.
Yeah, it's not seamless. But at the end of the day, if you're staring at 2-3 years of deferred finances, like, you're just digging yourself a hole. So reach out. We'll do our best to help you. You're going to be surprised at what the cost is, but you're also a gutter owner, and you know that if a person ignores his leaking roof or his leaking gutters for 3 years and just lets it, you know, lets the roof rot or the water gets into the foundation, that's not a cheap fix either. No. So that's really how I like to frame it.
Yeah, you gotta nip it in the butt, man. You gotta nip it in the butt. You guys, also a great way to get a hold of Jason, and I recommend this. I think there's nothing wrong if you're going to trust someone with your financials, meet them in person. A lot of your clients have met you in person at the summit. We appreciate the reception night. So the FlexKeeper is taking care of that reception night. We're going to have a good time. Come on out, meet the FlexKeeper. Look forward. I think we're releasing the agenda here in the next 5 to 10 business days for the summit. Come pick Jason's brain. There's going to be a lot of value at this event. A lot of value. Jason, I appreciate you as always. I'll tell you guys, Jason right now has been such a blessing in my life. He's been taking time out. I say it all the time. I'm really, really good at gutters. I am still learning and getting better at finances. And I really appreciate these weekly, bi-weekly lunches where you just take time out and you let me ask you these stupid questions that other business owners know that I just want to know. I want to know more. You've been a wealth of knowledge to me and my wife. We love you and Jody. Thank you so much for your friendship and your support at the Gutter Summit. It's what I got, man. You got it.
Yeah, thanks, Grant. I appreciate it. And, you know, relationships are a two-way street, and we really appreciate you and Lisa too. And, you know, if anybody hasn't had a chance to have you cook them something and they get that chance, I don't want to, you know, create strain in our relationship, but your oxtail is probably the best I've ever had. And I've had oxtail. I just had oxtail in France.
I was going to say
in Spain actually last year, and thought about you. Your oxtail was better than the oxtail in Spain. So take that for what it's worth.
I'm going to just, you know, I have 6 kids, and you could ask any one of my kids, and my kids do well, and they've eaten, and I'll thank God, man. He's just really blessed me with attention to detail, and I'm very grateful for that because it's embedded right with the character that I have. So, hey guys, we haven't spared any attention to detail. Myself, John, and Tim, the speaker lineup, the training. We are excited to see you. Come on out and see us September 23rd, 24th, 25th, New Orleans, Louisiana, 2026. Come let Jason buy you a drink. He's an awesome, swell fella. Get it, brother.
All right. Thanks, Grant.
Thanks, boss. Yeah.
Thank you.